Hello, everyone. We're Team 10. This is our capstone project of Glam Brandi.
Hi, I'm Abel.
I'm Alex Roy.
I'm Jackson Navas.
And I'm Dylan Uribe.
All right, so for this project's background and what our initial objectives were, current coupon finders have too many issues. They don't provide local businesses any support, and consumers end up finding expired coupons constantly. And merchants also have a hard time keeping track of what coupons have been redeemed. So Glam Brandy seeks to address these issues. It's a coupon finder with an extra twist, that being that consumers can play games of chance for a chance to win better coupons with bigger and better deals. And they also allow their coupons to advertise, or they also allow merchants to advertise their best coupons on the site in both ad and video form. For our initial objectives, we intended to overhaul the backend functionality to complement the existing front end infrastructure. And we also wanted to focus on missing core system features and API integration. And then we also wanted to change the game algorithm so that games can or wins can happen in groups. Users can add coupons to their win bag through methods other than the game, and also so that it just looks nicer overall. And we also wanted to add the feature for merchants to present multiple ads during specific time slots on the site in an ad banner in the games. And we were also going to assist in AI chatbot development for the website to help users answer any questions they might have, and also telemetry data for the merchants to keep track of. So for our approach, for about the first 2 weeks, our mentor walked us through the existing code base to help us understand what had already been done, where we would make our changes, and what areas we needed to focus on specifically. And we also downloaded the proper dependencies to work on and run the project locally during that time, like in physical, Yarn, Nest.js, and things like that. So work, uh, for our workflow, we adopted a weekly agile workflow to meet our objectives. We met weekly in person, usually on campus, and we used Slack for communication if we ran into any issues or had any questions for each other or our mentor. We divided ourselves into groups of two to work on multiple sections of the project at the same time, and we were assigned our tasks at the weekly meetings, and we were expected to be done with said tasks by the next meeting. Um, and as we went along, we added documentation to the code that we wrote and anywhere we thought was necessary, because there wasn't much at all when we started with the code base. And we also added a README document that details what the project is for and how to run it locally on your own machine.
As far as what we learned on this project, we learned a number of things, such as working on an existing code base rather than starting from scratch on our own. We worked with new technologies such as in physical, Yarn, Nest.js, and Prisma. While working on this project, we also learned to bridge the gap between our academic learning and real-world software development. And we also learned about weighing out the pros and cons of making database changes and how those affect our API endpoints. As far as challenges, we ran into quite a few, such as in the beginning, we had difficulty getting it all running on our devices. Within physical, we had trouble getting the secrets. With Prisma, with migrations, we ran into issues. And while testing and development, we had to have separate browser windows open because of cookie issues. And we also noticed that we needed to focus more on smaller features and bugs rather than implementing new large features. And we had originally planned on working on the AI chatbot, but that ended up getting put to the side while we worked on dependency issues.
So we were assigned our tasks based on what was considered most urgent to get done at the time, and we changed the UI on the two game modes. There's a left-right game mode and a down-up game mode, and we made it so that those UIs are the same, and we also just improved their look overall. The coupons in the slots are the coupons that you can win from playing the game, but we also added a feature that allows you to directly click on that coupon and then claim it for a lower discount percentage. And we also added the ad banner that you see at the top and bottom of the game. And these rotate every 90 seconds depending on how many bids were placed for those ad slots by the merchants. For the consumer earn bag, we fixed an issue where the incorrect prices were being displayed. And we also added a feature that tracks where coupons are earned from, such as playing the game or clicking on an ad, because those offer different discount percentages. Um, we also added a feature that keeps track of when a consumer scans a coupon. The merchant can then look and see what coupon was scanned and where. And we also fixed an issue regarding sessions. Basically, the same session was being tracked across all three different dashboards, and that was affecting authentication. And we worked on automating the auction process that allows merchants to bid on the ad slots.
So for future work, because of our shifting priorities, like we said, we couldn't get to the chatbot or changes to the game algorithm. Now, one of our additional mentors was in charge of the chatbot, so he was able to get started on that as well as the game algorithm, but many crucial features are still missing. Another area is telemetry. A lot of the things in the front end as well as in the back end are just completely absent, and that would be an excellent area for future teams to work on. Some other areas as well is having ads properly cycle out of the ad banner after their time is up. Right now, they just stay on forever, which is good for us as developers, but not so great for a real product. Another issue is that some of the UI is very inconsistent in areas. Often in one page, you'll have a completely different nav bar to another, and just smoothing those out would go a long way in making this a lot better. And lastly, another idea we had was creating a project wiki. So this would just be an online place to search for information that wouldn't necessarily work as a code comment or as a README file, such as a diagram showing the architecture of the application, uh, having resources of where to learn how to use the different technologies, and just general other things that don't really fit in our code base. All right. Thank you, everybody, for checking out our project. And we would also like to thank our mentor, Rahik, for helping us out through all this, as well as our other mentor, Samir. Thank you.